For many music lovers, buying and collecting records is a ritual, whether it be picking up the latest album release or digging through seconds for a forgotten gem. But how is a vinyl record actually made? Today, I'm stepping inside a vinyl pressing plant for the very first time. This is a place where sound becomes something physical, something you can actually hold. This is Program Records.
I'm Steve, I'm the Director of Program Records. We're a pressing plant in Thornbury and we make vinyl records.
Opened in 2020, it's one of only 3 pressing facilities in the country.
Program started as just an idea when I was working in a record store, which was selling out of local bands' records and then them saying there's a 9-month delay to get records pressed. And so without much knowledge, how do you go about making records locally so that local bands are not waiting 9 months before they get their records again? The record press is made of 3 parts. You've got an extruder, a press and a trimmer. The extruder has a hopper, it's filled with plastic pellets. That turns it from plastic into what we call a puck. Rather than having grooves on a record, this is the ridges. It's the negative of the record. And that's the B side and that's the A side. So when that squishes, you end up with a record.
Program's customer list runs the full spectrum, from Melbourne's bands pressing their debut release to internationally recognised artists who are looking to manufacture for the Australian market.
We work with everybody from a local band getting like 150 records made that they're going to be selling at shows to, sort of made for Australian and international artists and everyone in between. Done a lot of King Gizzard records over the years, so this is just the King Gizzard section. That is the negative of a King Gizzard record.
Wow.
It's a manufacturing job, but you're also dealing with people, dreams. What might be like a day on the press and packing for us is, potentially years of someone's life culminating in this moment.
At Program, the connection to Melbourne's music scene isn't incidental. It's structural.
Everyone that works here is a musician or involved in music in some way, and it was part of the local Melbourne music scene. And so you've got more of a community around what you're doing rather than all of their sort of, business going overseas.
Vinyl has faced scrutiny over its environmental footprint. But, as Steve says, transport is the single biggest factor.
72% of the emissions associated with the record sold in Australia came from transportation. So when you're pressing a record locally, you're taking out immediately 72% of the emissions associated. We can do regrind records, which is making records out of the offcuts, which a lot of people are taking that on. We've also got sort of lower carbon compound. Looking forward to new options for people in the future where the sort of raw material is made out of less carbon intensive processes.
A recent VMDO report showed that Victoria has become one of the most significant vinyl ecosystems in the world, something that surprised even the people at its centre.
I didn't realise that globally it was that significant, highest record stores per capita. It was reassuring to feel like the work that we do and a lot of other people in the industry, from bands, stores, distributors, manufacturers do, is actually significant.
Program Records presses on, one record at a time in Thornbury, Melbourne.